So this Monday Night Raw starts off with the new women's champion, the boss, Sasha Banks, comes out there. You got a "You Deserve It" chant, and okay, yeah. She starts her little stick as, yeah, this is a new era. I'm the champ, and da da da. You know, the usual stick that somebody does as far as a face when they first win a title, and whenever it is a new era, or sometimes when it's not even a new era, it's like, yeah, it's a new era. I'm the champion. Da 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 da. So Charlotte comes out. Duh. Who thought that she wasn't going to come out? Now, the War of the Words were pretty good throughout the whole show, but there was a lot of botching as far as people talking on the microphone in this episode of Raw. I mean, I don't know what was going on, but yeah, there was a lot of botching with their words. So, yeah, Charlotte and Sasha, they have their War of the Words, and it was pretty interesting. Ric Flair is mentioned, and you get a lot of woo, and they had jokes, okay? It's funny because I sat and I was like, all right, yeah, that was pretty good. That exchange was pretty good, especially the one about, yeah, you know, you're the daughter of Ric Flair. You know, if it wasn't for a one night stand, you wouldn't even be here. That was entertaining. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Jericho comes out. That's a new catchphrase by him, and it's like, okay, look, he backs up Charlotte. He runs down Sasha Banks. What are you the boss of anyway? You know. Again, he didn't go too far. I mean, he did mention Snoop Dogg. He kind of even threw a Vanilla Ice joke in there. And it's just like, all right, look, even though I like the War of the Words, this was taking way too long. Then Enzo Amore comes out. Certified G, bona fide stud. Yeah, can't teach that. How you doing? Goes to Sasha. How you doing? They kept that going. How you doing? Then he even had jokes. Now, again, love the War of the Words, but this was 20 minutes into the show before we even had a first match. And I hate that. I hate segments that last that fucking long. And yeah, you could tell it was going to be a mixed tag, and it was a mixed tag because Mick Foley came out and was like, all right, yeah, I may not be the boss, but I'm your boss. And yeah, mixed tag tonight. It's a new era, you know, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that. Mick, cheap, pop, fine. Mixed tag went on pretty well. And then, of course, Dana Brooke comes out, causes a distraction, and okay. So Charlotte and Jericho win. This is not going to boost up anything for Charlotte come SummerSlam. It's just not. I don't think they're going to give back the Women's Championship to Charlotte. That's just me. I just don't think that's going to happen. But it was kind of cool to see the heels win. It was kind of cool. After the match was kind of funny, though. The referee almost gave the Women's Championship belt to Charlotte. Oh, my God. That was kind of funny to me. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? Don't give the belt. She's not the champion. They were just so used to giving belts to her. That's why I thought it was kind of funny. Another botch of the night. So, Braun Strowman, are they trying to make this guy a legitimate monster? It's not fucking working. We don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. It's just not fucking working. So he beats a local jobber that was paid $1,000 in order to get in a ring with him, and $5,000 if he won. Who actually thought that this jobber stood a chance? And let me just say this: if one of these jobbers actually beats Braun Strowman in any of these matches, then he's done. I mean, I personally think he's already done. It's over for him. He's not going to go anywhere. He's just a sideshow circus now. You can't take him seriously. They're not going to put him in the main events, which he doesn't deserve to be. They're not going to put him in the mid-card, which he doesn't deserve to be. Braun Strowman is done, in my opinion. He's just not relevant at this point. So they're just going to make him a fucking jobber destroyer, a ham and egger fryer. You know, he's just a monster there to do a job. That's it. He's not going anywhere. So, yeah. So Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley were talking in the back, and then Mark Henry shows up, and Mark Henry's like, yeah, they even said that, yeah, you're going to have a backstage developmental thing. He's like, no, I want an opportunity and stuff like that. So Mick Foley gives him an opportunity at the United States Championship against Rusev Machiga, Rusev Mary Lana, Rusev, I have beautiful woman, Rusev, you're jealous of me, Rusev, I'm hitting that. Yeah, right, fine, okay? So he's going to face Rusev later in the night. The Golden Truth, comedy act. They're still playing Pokemon Go, and they lost to the Shining Stars. Epico and Primo repackaged again. Wasn't gonna take any of that shit seriously. Fine. So you have a Finn Balor interview. He comes out, and of course, I have an opportunity. Usual stick. Seth Rollins comes out, and that's when things get interesting because they kind of compare the two as far as career and career paths. Remember, both former NXT champions. Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion. Can't deny that. Drafted on Raw, but Seth Rollins was the first draft pick. Can't deny that. Yeah, Finn Balor beat Roman Reigns in order to get this shot, but Seth Rollins did come back from injury and beat Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Once again, these are facts here. Okay? It kind of got heated up, but I loved it when Seth Rollins talked about the horrible Ghostbusters movie. I actually laughed out loud. I clapped to that. That was hilarious. And then, yes, a confrontation ensued where Seth Rollins tried a cheap shot. Finn Balor, bam, and kicks him. And he goes out of the ring. Fine. They're trying to hype up Finn Balor. He has a chance of winning the WWE Universal Championship. Oh, God. Why did they call it that? Only the design of the belt will save this title as far as it being named that. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, fine. Hyping up of the match, that was pretty fucking good. And that it was. It just, you know, it needs a little bit more, but they still got a couple of weeks of building to do. But that was pretty good. So, Rusev beats Mark Henry when Mark Henry taps out. Did anyone think that Mark Henry was going to become United States champion? I don't think so. Yes, he's the ambassador for the WWE for fucking Olympic Games, but that doesn't mean anything here. He's just irrelevant now. I wish he would go back to his Silverback days or his Hall of Pain days, and they let him. I wish that they let him do all that shit again because that was two of his fucking best runs. He got a world championship out of one of them, and it was like, yeah, they built him up correctly, but now he's just not even fucking relevant anymore. But after the match, Roman Reigns comes out because Rusev gets on the microphone, and he should stay away from the microphone. Rusev should stay away on the microphone from the mic, and it's like Reigns should stay away from the mic. Rusev should stay away from the mic. It's just that, okay, they're pairing these two up together for a big brawl fest. Rusev is the better wrestler of the fucking two as far as, you know, doing certain things. I don't see how Reigns and Rusev can have a classic match for the United States Championship if it takes place. But that wasn't just a challenge. Are we going to see that at SummerSlam? Who knows? Maybe he'll cough up the belt to Reigns so Rusev and Lana can go on their honeymoon. That would be kind of fucked up for Rusev, though. He lost it to Cena, and then he loses it to Reigns. The two top people that motherfuckers don't like will take the championship from Rusev. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. Titus ONeil versus Darren Young. A joke in the back. Yeah, make Darren Young great again? Since when were you great at all? Hey, I've been saying that. I just don't like... No, okay? So, Titus ONeil had to fucking roll Darren Young up and hold the tights in order to fucking win. Bob Backlund was livid about that backstage. You cheated! You get nowhere when you cheat! Yeah, you better back up before I knock your ass out. And Titus ONeil gets his ass knocked out by Darren Young. You don't talk to my coach that way! Why couldn't you do that during the fucking match and put the chicken wing on him and win so we can fucking take you seriously? But we can't take Darren Young seriously. We just can't. Make him great again? No. So, Nia Jax, okay. She's basically Braun Strowman at this point. Yes, she beat a woman named Ariel Monroe, but she's it's basically Braun Strowman. It's the same thing. Okay? Yeah, kind of reminds me of Matilda the Hunt, But unless they do something with her fast, she's gonna fall flat and disintegrate. She will. If she challenges the boss for the title, that will be way too fucking soon. She needs to run through some actual fucking competition, not just some women that they're just picking. And it's basically the same thing with Braun Strowman as far as Nia Jax is concerned. So, New Day rocks. Okay, so New Day goes against Anderson and Gallows, but before that, they come out and they do the usual stick, and it was kind of cool, you know. Who. Yeah. So Anderson and Gallows have filed a complaint that one of the New Day members shouldn't be at ringside for this match, even though it wasn't for the tag team championship. Okay. So Xavier Woods picked the wrong non-matching fruit from the bag of fruit. The bag of fruit was a banana and 2 oranges. And they were trying to place them in a certain position. And I thought that was so funny. And then they stopped. But we all knew what they were doing. We all knew where they were going. That was still funny, though. So New Day actually ends up winning the match with a fucking roll-up by Big E. And it's like, all right, fine. They still announced them as the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions ever. They don't count the World Tag Team Championship. I just don't know why. But, yeah. Anderson and Gallows goes on the attack after the match and lays out every member of the New Day, including Xavier Woods, that was barred from ringside to try to come back and try to save the day, and it didn't work. Oh well. And that was in Xavier Woods' hometown. They do them like that. That's fucked up. So I guess they tried to show Big E backstage as far as maybe he's injured. I don't know. Maybe this is the coming to an end as far as the New Day being champions. I hope that doesn't happen, but it kind of looks like that way. So, Cesaro versus Sheamus in a pretty good and entertaining match. But back then, you know, backstage, okay, you had Mick and Stephanie again. Sheamus comes up and walks up and complains about Mark Henry getting a shot at the United States Championship. Cesaro comes, and all right, so they get paired together as far as a match. Pretty good match. Cesaro wins. Now, maybe he'll get a championship match down the road, but will it be against Roman Reigns or will it be against Rusev Bachga? Don't even fucking know at this point. But that feud's not over because they, after the match and after the commercial break and after it came back on, they were trying to separate those two. They were trying to separate Sheamus and Cesaro. So that's not over with. Maybe they'll feud at SummerSlam. Put on a more physical match next time. So, Jinder Mahal is back in WWE. And he was in there with Heath Slater and they were talking about the 2MB. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And they didn't do that because Mick Foley comes out and says there's one slot left for Monday Night Raw's roster and they had to go against each other. And Jinder Mahal did a very sneaky thing. The referee got down there. They were in street clothes, and then Jinder Mahal ring the bell, and ding, and then bam, kick. That was it. Heath Slater pin. Kind of fucked up to treat Heath Slater that way, but basically he's been like that for years. He's the male Jillian Hall. Okay, so Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn in a pretty good and entertaining match. And there were a lot of counters. Even the hell of a kick was countered at the end, and then Seth, hit the pedigree and actually won the match, 1-on-1, fair and square, to hype him up to the Universal Championship. Oh, I hate that fucking name for that title. But, yeah, it doesn't hurt Sami Zayn in any way. It just doesn't. Hopefully, Sami Zayn will either get the United States Championship or work his way up because he can perform. And speaking of Kevin Owens, he didn't even have a fucking match, but now he has Jericho's back. I mean, fuck, man, don't do that. Just have him fucking come out and wrestle. Put him in a feud, or put him in a feud against each other. I don't know, but Kevin Owens is too good for that. So you have the confrontation. Okay, it wasn't a confrontation until it was later on, but you have Paul Heyman doing his usual stick. He's golden on the mic. He just is. And then he introduces Brock Lesnar. Usual stick. Again, Brock standing there, looking intimidating and bouncing around, stuff like that. And Heyman is just basically telling Randy Orton, yes, Suplex City is happening at SummerSlam. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, Suplex City, bitch. Now, okay, Randy Orton comes out of the crowd and gives Lesnar RKO after Heyman was saying that you'll never hit the RKO on it. You're not man enough. You'll never get Brock in the position to hit the RKO. And next thing you know, out of nowhere, he hits the RKO. The problem I have with all of this is they shouldn't have had it like that. I would love to see something really personal between these guys as far as even a brawl, but that wouldn't even take place because Brock Lesnar would just annihilate him in that way. But to RKO him and run like a thief in the night really says that's all he's going to have against Brock. And even if he lands it, he won't beat Brock with that. And he shouldn't beat Brock with that. Understand that Brock is a part-timer, and a lot of people don't like Brock. But as far as I'm concerned, Brock Lesnar should not lose cleanly to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's just my opinion. That shouldn't happen. You had the RKO out of nowhere. Now, is Brock Lesnar going to show up on SmackDown Live and give Orton an F5? Or will it be another RKO? You're not going to stop Lesnar from getting in this damn building, okay? And confronting Randy Orton. Are you going to run like a thief of the night this time? Or are you going to come back next week on Raw and give him another RKO? I don't know. So, this Raw, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Roman Reigns was nowhere near the fucking microphone. That's a plus. But Rusev was, so that took away from it. A lot of backstage segments and a couple of short matches that really is not worth even giving scores to if you're a score giver. But it was just a long drag at the beginning. Even though it was kind of entertaining with the War of the Words between Enzo and Sasha and Jericho and Charlotte, it just went on way too long. It just went 20 minutes. So, yeah. Build up for SummerSlam. It's going pretty good on the Raw side. So, just got to wait till SmackDown Live and see how they respond. So, drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers over the top rope. Both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme. And I'll see you later. Credits.